Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the Monday group call. I am Kevin T. Robertson, CEO of SpeakerFocus.com. We are here to discuss any and everything pertaining to growing your speaker brand. What a wonderful Monday it is, everyone. Let me tell you something. If looks have anything to do with how you feel, all of you look beautiful to me. It has been an outstanding day. I mean, goals are on a whole nother level. Speaker Focus is growing. I love the support tickets that have been submitted over the last 2 weeks, 30 days. My goodness, all of you are growing by leaps and bounds. You are doing wonderful things. I see your confidence getting stronger on the platform. You are stronger in your convictions. You are committed to your word sequences, and you are absolutely amazing with the work that you're turning in. So let me just say this. I don't know how your day has been going so far, and I don't know where you are with your goals, but you should get excited because we just made a new update. Auston and the tech team just integrated school upgraded the platform and made some things possible for you to connect with each other. We've been getting a lot of emails that a lot of you have been reaching out to each other on the platform, which is great. There's some great networking opportunities. A lot of people are very talented on this platform. We have some of the most talented and educated people in the speaking industry. We have all these subject matter experts coming together, and we are having one heck of a time working with all of you, making sure that you can accomplish your goals. So I guess I got some shout outs here. Let me go in the chat box real quick. Let's see what we got. Hey, Ed Babcock from New Hampshire, Toastmasters president. Hey, Michelle Arnold. Michelle, nice to see you back on the platform. Yeah, you heard me getting my sing on. I have a song in my heart. I'm going to sing it. I got a smile on my face, Michelle. I'm going to share it with the world. Hey, Shell from Michigan, what's going on? Be talking to you real soon, Shell. I'm going to send you out an email. I got something I got to ask you. Hey, Javon, what's going on, brother? Javon from Florida. Hey, Javon, I think you missed your welcome Zoom session, if I'm not mistaken. So submit a support ticket. Let me know that you logged in okay. Let me know that you found the first assignment okay. We want to make sure you're good to go. But if not, we're here on the group call. Be happy to facilitate any questions that you may have. Hey, Alex, what's going on, boss? Hey, man, me and Alex had such a great interview earlier this morning. That set the tone for my entire day. It's always great to talk to Alex, man. We're going to be doing some real big things together. Hey, Lisa, what's going on? Lisa's in San Fran now. Oh, man, it's a really, hey, Lisa, you can get the best walks in San Francisco, and they got some really, really great seafood. So thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it. I told you guys, KTRs, listen, like you're developing all your signature programs and you're working on your marketing and your branding. Well, the Focus Tour is live and well. KTR is gearing up to go back on the road. It is real. It's here. It's happening. And I've been dropping content like I don't know what lately. Hey, if I'm an example for you, good, because I am here to take over just like all of you. Okay, let's go. Edward Mosley Jr. Hey, Edward, what's going on, boss? I know you were asking some questions about some Facebook ads. I know Auston and the tech team gave you some information back on that. I believe that you're wrapping up module number 5. Edward, we can't wait to help you to get you into the marketplace, bro. You got a lot of big things. Your sales tools are fire. Hey, Miss Tina Marie Speaks. Hey, good. She's from the best borough in the world. Tina Marie's hanging out in New York. All right. Okay. Charlene. Hey, Charlene, how are you? Rico, what's going on, brother? Daryl. Hey, Daryl, listen, man, I do the best I can when it comes to the singing. I was in some top 40 bands back in the day, and, practice pays. What can I say? Hey, Norma, nice to see you back on the platform again. Ramon, what's going on, boss? Nice to see you again. Rico, okay. Hey, Rico, what's going on, boss? Rico Miller's back. Hey, man, back on the grind. Hey, Rico, you made it clear that you
had a very involved career. So see, that's what this is all about, everybody. We all fall off, including KTR. But you know what? We're here so you can pick up exactly where you left off, and then we can keep on running this marathon with you. Remember, that's what this is all about. I see a couple hands going up in the chat section already. So we're going to get to these questions. Okay, Munya, you know the drill around here. I believe Charlene had her hand raised first, but ladies always first around here. We got to be gentlemen. So Charlene, talk to me. How are you?
Hey, Ketil, how are you? I'm good.
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. Listen, I got some great news today. And I mean, it is enough goodness in the goal process, in us being on this hustle of building our speaker businesses, that I got enough energy. Listen, I feel so good right now. This is going to carry me all the way through 2022. That's the kind of day I'm having. How about you?
I'm having a good day when I know I'm about to talk to you.
Good. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I love your dedication. The fact that you're in a different time zone in the UK and you sacrifice your sleep to show up for the group call. We want to thank you for that, because that kind of dedication right there is why you're going to be a high fee speaker in this industry. You're going to do a lot of damage. What's your first question?
Well, the first is some piece of news. I got a keynote.
Look at you. I love it. Okay. Tell me about it.
So
was it one of the HR directors that you talked to?
It was another one, actually, yeah, just happened last week, and I got booked through the conference coordinator directly.
Good.
And they just got some questions, and I would love to run through those with you, because some of the answers I'm not too sure about.
No problem. So let's put together.
But first of all, I just want to say thank you, because it was based on my full signature program. So that's completely awesome. Really grateful.
Well, Charlene, this is what we're here to do. We really appreciate the fact that you put your investment and your time and your trust in us. And this is what I told you that we were all about. We want to ultimately have you generate revenue and convert those leads into revenue, but it has to be built out the right way first. Okay, so now they like the signature programs after you made the changes. So tell me where you are in the deal so we could get this booking closed for you.
Sure. So where I am now is they've chosen one because it's one event. So it's a big company, and they just want one. They have a series of speakers. They want one of mine. They really like the burnout. But the conference coordinator has told me this. Can I just read it out? She said, the client wants to go ahead to talk about the burnout. However, they were hoping, wait, hold on. The client has mentioned that they like the talk content, but they wanted to perhaps focus on energizing rather than burnout. So effectively, the exact same thing, but just framed as a positive well-being message rather than burnout in the title. Can you please make that possible?
Yes. Okay. So now it's amazing, because I just had this, me and Alex were talking about this a little bit today with some other business and a big deal that he's putting together. And yeah, exactly. Look, Alex just put it in the chat box as soon as I said it. Me and Alex just had a conversation about this morning with another deal with a large conglomerate that Trevor Romaine is going to be doing some training for, and Alex is putting that deal together right now. So what I'm going to tell you the same thing I told him. So first thing is, there's nothing wrong with customizing your topics. So this is something that speakers, they oftentimes fall into a trap and they get a little shy. They shy away from customization. But here's what you should do. Now, Charlene, you've listened to the meeting planner. They've given you some feedback. Now, so which program are they talking about? What was it? Burnout-based sustainability? Which one was it?
It was sustainability-based performance, burnout prevention.
Okay, burnout prevention. Okay, so listen to what they're asking you. They're asking you that, see, we've all thrown around burnout for so long that their company is looking at it in a negative light. They want you to talk about energizing and empowerment versus burnout. So just remove the word burnout from the title, because we don't want to mess up your potential booking, right? Remove the word burnout, and then you could start look at what's the opposite of burnout?
Boundless energy.
Boundless energy, living in abundance. I call it a renewed spirit of focus. See, what you're doing is you're energizing, you're sharing strategies that's going to renew, replenish the energy, rebuild, recharge. Those are the kind of words that you want to put in the titling to your now customized topic.
Right. Do you think
it?
I should try to have sustainability in my title? Like I was thinking of maybe optimized work performance, or like energized work performance, or trying to still have the word sustainable in my title, or sustainable energy.
Yeah, I love it. And guess what? And watch this. This is the reason why you want to have sustainability in there. Number one, it's a really intricate part of your entire training system. Number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, yeah, people are burnt out, and their burnout has been ongoing. But to have energy and to stay motivated and keep morale high and to keep everybody's spirits up, you don't want to just have you come in, talk about your signature programs, and then it fizzles out, because then it's like you never even came. You never even did the presentation. So you want to have your strategies. Now, I call them behavioral modification strategies. What you're sharing with your client are strategies to help modify behavior. That's going to take on average 30, 60, or 90 days. The strategies that you share with them about being sustainable, energy needs to be sustained. They need to feel rejuvenated. They need to feel renewed in some type of way. Of course, we want to keep sustainability in there because you want them doing that for elongated periods of time. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So customize the topic.
Okay, cool. So you think like sustainable energy at work could be a good title, something like that?
Yeah, I love that. Watch this. Let's play around with some titles right now. Let's come up with like 3 or 4 titles right now. So then you'll have them when you respond to her. First of all, in the email, I want you to directly address what her concern was. And that is remove the word burnout. Okay, you can say something like, Miss Johnson, for example, great point. I'm with you. I do understand. Here are the alternative titles to the program. Do you feel something? No, don't ask her what she feels. You're going to tell her how it needs to be. You're going to say, here are 4 alternative titles. And watch this. Say, please approve. And then let her give you some feedback on the titles that you sent her. See what I just did?
Amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. Now, so some titles. Let's start with the one that you just said, because I like that. Repeat that back.
2 things that are very important for that client is the word optimization and sustainability. Like on their leading page, it's all about optimize sustainably. So that's why they really resonated with my program. So I just feel like it might be powerful to weave those words in, because that's their ethos. Okay, so watch this. One of the titles for a customized title could be how to sustain your energy in the workplace. Damn. Yeah. How to sustain your energy in the workplace could be potential number 1. Great. Watch this. So you can also call another one. You can say, how to breathe new life into your company goals. This is just too easy. How to breathe new life into your company goals. You could call that rejuvenation-based leadership if you like. You can put rejuvenation-based leadership, rejuvenation-based leadership as the title, and then under that, how to breathe new life into your company goals. You got it? Got it. Okay, we got 3. Repeat the ones back to me that we have, please. How to sustain your energy in the workplace is 1. How to breathe new life into your company, 2. Or rejuvenation-based leadership. Correct. Remember, rejuvenation-based leadership, under that, the little tagline is how to breathe new life back into your company. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now some other words
that will be around rejuvenation, sustainability, optimization. What was the how to optimize what was the second one again?
So the idea I had was optimize energy for a sustainable career.
Okay. Optimize energy for a sustainable career. Let me see. Optimize energy for a sustainable career. How to optimize your energy to how to optimize your energy to build a sustainable career. How to optimize your energy to build a sustainable career.
I like that.
Okay. All right. Now we have the, you all remember, it's all about, you got to give them the how-tos, the simple, practical application strategies. You got to give them the key takeaways. Watch this. Watch this. What's another word that you can come up with besides rejuvenation, optimization? Oh, performance. Performance is one of the
performance. Yeah, performance. So my keynote is performance and sustainability based.
Okay. So watch this. Here's another one. Empower your team with the wellness and performance system. Empower your team through wellness and performance systems, plural. How about that?
Yeah.
How to empower your team through wellness and performance systems. Do you like that?
I like that.
Okay, so those are 4. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to send a support ticket with all the ones that we just created. When do you have to return the email to your client?
Well, they emailed me today at like 6 p.m. So I was hoping, well, they just basically asking me to approve or like to say that I still want to go ahead with the change title. So obviously I'm very keen to say yes, but I was hoping to talk to you before. So my ideal idea would be to reply to them tomorrow, if I'm being honest.
Yes, always reply to your clients within a 24-hour period, because in the industry of professional speaking, they are always looking for the right fit. When you have them locked in, when you have them engaged, when they are responsive, when they are communicative, you're going to get the booking. Here's how you know you're going to get the booking. Always remember, do they have a date to offer you?
Yes. And then the second question is, they've actually sent me a picture of the venue, and she said, can I ask you to have a look at this picture and look at the layout of the seating? And can you please tell me what you would normally recommend for your workshop so that I can best prepare the equipment, and let me know all the equipment required for the workshop?
Okay, so obviously you're doing this on site, and then obviously we got to go through protocols, COVID protocols. Are obviously you're not going to be wearing a mask when you're going to be presenting, but how people are doing it who are presenting is that obviously some social distancing is going on. Instead of having 10 people at the conference table, maybe you only have 5. The tables are spread apart. Once all those logistics are part of the engagement, we will walk you through every single step to make sure that your deal is being put together the right way. Remember, how do you know? Now, I want everybody to listen to this, because what Charlene is going through right now is what it feels like when you're getting a booking. This is how you convert the lead into revenue. Now, 3 things that you know that this meeting planner is serious to book you to speak. Number 1, they have a date to offer you. She just told you that they had a date. Number 2, do they have a venue? Yes, they have a venue. Number 3, Charlene, do they have a budget? Have you got to the point to talk about your fee?
Yeah, it's agreed.
And your fee is, would you share it with us?
Yeah, it's the $1,500, Kevin.
Okay, now let me help you with this, because Charlene, you're still a little timid on the fee. Now, let's start. I'm not upset with you about the $1,500. Obviously, we want to get, now, are you getting paid USD or are you getting paid in euros, or what are you getting?
So it's in pounds, so it's 1,000 pounds that converts to $1,500.
Okay, USD. Now, remember what I told you about the speaker negotiating menu? Okay, have you had that conversation with her yet? Yes or no about the value?
It was over email, so.
Okay, it was over email. So let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask you another question. when you started out with the fee, where did you start?
With that.
You started with the lower fee, right?
Yeah, because those emails that I sent were even before the conversation. This is just something that's been sitting on my mailbox for a little while, and they just came back to me now to
Gotcha.
confirm.
Okay. All right. Now watch this. We're not going to be upset if we have to take the $1,500. This is a learning process. The next time, remember, because you have the support, you can always come back to us and we can help you put the deal together. So the next time, remember, you are worth the $5,000 plus USD for 1 hour of your time on up, because you have substantiated and justified the value through the messaging and the sales tools. We're going to help you keep developing these, but notice how Charlene is learning on the fly, and she's getting paid while she's still learning. So you keep coming back to the home team at speakerfocus.com, and we'll keep walking you through these processes. So look, always make sure you get in contact with the client, send them back the information, and then let me know when you got the deal secured. Try to get a 50% non-refundable deposit up front if you can. Send them an agreement, which you have right there inside of the speaker toolkit and module number 2.
Yes.
And make sure when you fill it out, if you want us to check your agreement before you send it to the meeting planner, we're more than willing to do that to make sure everything is right.
Okay. And so, sorry, lastly, so for the layout of the seating, what do I say? Because I'm not too sure. So she said, can you confirm the layout of the seating that you recommend for your workshop?
The seating. Okay. So here's what I recommend. So you want to go into, there's an audio visual part in my speaker info kit.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of module number 1, open up KTR speaker info kit. One of the pages is entitled audio visual. Look at the requirements for the audience size, microphone size, the whole 9 yards. By the way, also these things are in the writer to the speaker engagement agreement. You're going to have things like, do you need pins? Do you need a flip chart? Are you going to need an overhead? Anything logistically that needs to happen for your engagement, you're going to discuss these things and negotiate these things before you sign your final agreement. Now, do you understand?
Okay, so it's normal for me to say that they need to provide the microphone, for example?
Yes. I mean, I like to tour with my own microphone. I have my personal microphone, but I will use the house microphone, lavalier, lapel, or the Countryman microphone that wraps around your ear to your mouth. If it's professional grade and it's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah. So you want to find out all of this stuff. Do you need to bring your own laptop? I would recommend taking your own laptop with the presentation on your desktop so you can access it also in one of the folders, and also have it as a backup if you're going to use a thumb drive, because these files, I've been overseas before and the file failed. I've had it happen to me multiple times. So you want to have a backup if obviously you're doing the engagement on site. So that means that the workbook that you're going to design, remember we had that conversation last Monday, Charlene, with the workbook. If it's a half-day program, 15 to 30 pages, a full-day program, 30 to 60 pages possibly. Make sure that you put the bullets and talking points up on your PowerPoint. If you're utilizing an overhead, they're going to get you a screen, and make sure you know all of those things. Do you need an LCD projector? Are they supplying all of that? Make sure you have all of that in your engagement. Now, here's the only part that I'm concerned about to help you put together this deal. Have you, yes or no, have you had the conversation with her? No, I'm sorry. That's not a fair question to ask you, because you said that lead was already in your inbox prior to you coming on board Speaker Focus, and you didn't ask for the speaker engagement not the speaker engagement agreement. You did not ask for the speaker negotiating menu to get sent over to them and pick something off of that so you can equal up the value of $5,000. So this is what I would do if I were you. I would say, hey, listen, is anybody videotaping this? Ask her, can you get 3 leads of anybody else who would be interested in hiring you to speak? And also, can someone take pictures? You've got to get content of this. Even if you got to hire somebody and bring them, if that's a possibility, treat them to lunch, give them $50, $100, do whatever you got to do, but get some content from that. That content is more valuable and it's going to justify you doing a gig for $1,500 USD. You got it?
I got it. And the layout of seating, what do you say to that? Do you say
The layout of the seating is going to be found inside of the audio visual.
It's there. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, when you look inside, it's going to give you the audience style. You can do stadium seating. It all depends on how they want the room laid out. Obviously, right now with COVID, I would want at least 10 feet between me and the first table. And then you're going to have your head seminar table and your screen or whatever it is. Are you going to be on the stage? Are you going to be on the floor with everybody else? You need to ask her these questions and then just make sure that they have the table spread out. Are they doing conference style seating? Is it going to be one long table with a bunch of seats? And then it's going to be like they're going to skip a seat because of social distancing? Are they going to have round tables like banquet style? So all of that is inside of the audio visual sheet inside of KTR speaker info kit located in module number 1.
Okay, awesome. Well, this is good stuff, hey?
Well, Charlene, you're growing every week. We appreciate your dedication and keep asking us questions because this is how you get to the money. You're going to be a high fee speaker because you're putting in the work. I'm telling you.
Okay, well, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. If you see me drop off, I'm sending you all my apologies. It's been a very, very long day. I have to get up in literally a couple of hours.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay.
If I leave the call, I just want to say my thanks to everyone.
We appreciate your dedication. Stay focused and stay engaged. Okay, we'll talk to you real soon.
Thank you. I'll stay as long as I stay awake.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
Thanks.
Okay, everybody. I mean, listen, Charlene is putting in the work. I mean, we're not going to walk away from the $1,500 because she already had that in the pipeline prior to her joining the platform. But see, she's picking up new pieces. I see Munya, I see Lisa, I see Alex in there, Edward. I see you in there. Thank you so much for your patience. You know, this is the reason how your business can blow up fast. You've got to be committed to serving other people. I mean, I don't know how much more I need to show you to be able to do that, but you got to have a high level of compassion and sincerity, and you got to have something that's real. People show up in your seminars and they show up for these group calls because they want something real. They want to advance the slight edge advantage. She's going to be a high fee speaker. It's not no promise. It's a guarantee. That's because she's putting forth the effort. She keeps coming back Charlene lives in the UK. It's almost midnight where she is right now, or probably pushing 1 a.m. and she's still dedicated. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next up, Munya, you're up next, and Lisa Allman Baldwin. I will be with you right after that. Alex, I see you. Edward Mosley Jr., I see you as well. Munya, talk to me, brother. How you been?
Yes, I'm here, Mr. KTR.
Yes.
Yes, I had taken a pause at a lot of social issues I was attending to, but I was joining Monday group calls. And I was working on my module 2. Now what I did, which I need your help, you and Austin, is infrastructure-based leadership. I downloaded the ancient Egypt, the Vatican, where the Eiffel Tower, to mention just those infrastructure which was built in the 1800s.
Okay.
Now, on the environmental-based leadership, I downloaded the Gulf of Mexico oil spills that happened in 2011, the ongoing California raging fires, this recent cyclone Hurricane Ida, which hit New York badly. So when I did that, my question is, what I need now is I now need to present in form of slides to you, putting that content together. That is what I need to go and take to the market. How do I go? What kind of help I can get from KTR? I just need to put that together and start and put it to you. But this is part of the content which I'll be dealing with when I'm on the market.
Okay, so you need help putting together slides for a presentation. That's what you're asking.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes,
If
yes.
you look in the speaker toolkit in module 6, there is an example of a PowerPoint presentation that you can download. Very simple slides, not a lot of pictures, not a lot of animation. It's just words on there of an entire presentation from one of my old presentations when I was contracting with one of the big public seminar companies. And it's a real simple template to follow in a PowerPoint. Download that, play around with it, put your information in there, send it back over to us. Let us take a look at it.
Oh, that's great. That's great, Katia.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Monia, what part of the program are you on? Are you on?
I was on module 2 when I was trying to sort out these social issues on my part, but I did write an email to notify you that I will attend the Monday group calls, but it was actually so demanding.
Okay, listen here, Monia. All right,
Yes,
you
sir.
listen to me. You listen to me carefully, okay?
Yes.
There is no try. You're either doing it or you're not doing it.
Okay.
Okay. So I don't care what you got going on. We all got stuff going on in our lives right now. You are going to be a great speaker in this industry. You know what you're talking about in the area of civil engineering.
True.
Get your sales tools done by any means
Okay.
necessary. Follow the to-do list and go over the checklist for your website, speaker info kit, speaker video demo. Take it one at a time. You've got to keep your head down for days and weeks. Y'all need to understand something. When you have a goal in front of you, you got to stop being distracted.
That's true.
Listen, you're putting the cart before the horse. You're excited because you know you see the California wildfires and your skill set can help remedy many of the challenges that you see online and in the news right now.
Yes, sir.
But you aren't showing up on anybody's stage until you get your business built out the right way first. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yes.
Bro, you got the tools, you got the smarts. It ain't no question about that. But you don't want to wind up in the category with every other little run-of-the-mill average motivational, inspirational speaker, Munya. I hear this kind of shit every single day. You got to stop talking so much and you got to get the work done. Now, which one are you going to choose from your sales tools to work on first and send it over to support@speakerfocus.com so you can move on? Pick one.
Great. Because, yeah, I redid my bio recently. I re-edited it. I think you love it. And
your bio and your signature programs, Munya, have already been approved. I ask you about the speaker video demo, the speaker info kit, or the website. Which one of those are you working on first? You can't do all three of them at the same time, bro.
No, the website I'm using, the KTR platform.
Okay, then have you start organizing the content, following the checklist so you can get some help to put that stuff on the platform? Yes or no?
I was just putting my information together. That's why when I was trying to do it on my own,
Stop,
I got stuck.
Stop. Either yes or no. I'm not here to judge. Okay, then which one are you going to choose to start working on?
Right now, I need to send you my videos. That's why, because I already have that.
See, okay, now I recall you sent me one test video. It wasn't horrible. It was great. So now you have to start putting together all the content. This is serious business. To create an edit decision list to finish your speaker video demo, it takes time. You have to block out all these distractions and you have to put it together. Munya, I sent you an example of other students on our platform who are crushing it with all their sales tools. Did I not?
I got it. I got them and I played them several times. That's why.
You got a template to follow. You have all the support. So how come you're not doing it?
To be honest, that's when I was pushing with that. It was to do with Well, yeah, it was tough, KTR. I'm so sorry about that. It was
No, no,
tough
no.
what I was going through.
Listen. Don't apologize to me. You don't owe me that. I just want you to do the work.
Yes, yes.
I'm not here to make you feel bad, bro. But you did not invest in us, so I could be holding your hand and kissing your ass and singing Kumbaya around the fireplace. Man, get my shit done, Munya. So I can get you into the marketplace so we can get you on stage so you can help the world heal. We can't talk about that part until we talk about this part first.
All right.
You want me to take it easy on you, Munya? Is that it? You want me to lie?
No, I don't want you to take it easy on me.
Okay, then get my work done, Munya.
Yes, I'm going to get it done.
Okay, pick one. Listen, just pick one thing. Focus on the to-do list. Send it over to support, and let's just take it one step at a time. Okay?
Yes, yeah, I'll definitely before the end of the week you'll get something.
Okay, boss. I look forward to seeing it. Don't forget support@speakerfocus.com. Was that all the questions that you had?
That's all what I had.
Okay, man. Listen, keep your head up and stay focused. It happens to the best of us, Munya. We all fall off the wagon, including me. Just get back in there and get on your grind, bro. It's possible. Okay?
True.
Okay, boss. Talk to you real soon. Okay. Let's go next to another person who is crushing it on the speakerfocus.com platform, Lisa Allman Baldwin. How are you?
I'm doing good, Kevin. You're looking quite dapper today, more finery.
Well, listen, I feel real good today, as you can see.
You got your hair done, you got a nice tie there, you got your boutonniere, and you got everything.
Well, listen, I'm in production mode, Lisa. I told you I can only show you by what I put into the marketplace. I see a big, huge hole in the market right now. Nobody is dropping content, helping conference coordinators, and they're leaving them out there all by themselves. So I'm in this finery because it's about business for me. Right. So what's your question today?
Oh, all right. So I still had a couple questions, and if I drop off, I'm having some internet problems here. So
no problem.
I still had a couple questions on the booking information packet. You did answer some that I had, but I still have some. So
it's okay.
Okay, so on the part that says all in-person keynote speaking and program performance fees are in addition to business travel and hotel accommodations.
Yes.
And what I had asked you was, are the approximate travel costs calculated ahead of time so that they're included in the 50% deposit? And you said, yes, you can book your own travel yourself, or the meeting planner can book using their resources. But what I'm not clear on is, let's say I'm gonna make my own travel because I actually prefer to do that.
Okay.
How am I handling or estimating, or when am I telling them what they are? Yeah, because you said it would be included with the 50% deposit. So I'm just not sure how I'm supposed to language that or bring that up or estimate what it's supposed to be.
Okay, that's okay. And that's a great question. So let me break it down to you in 3 parts, and then I'll wrap it up with a bow on top like I always do. So remember, Lisa, that you have your fee. The conference coordinator typically has 3 budgets when they have to issue a purchase order, especially in the corporate and association market. But everybody has got to start the process of issuing you a purchase order so they can cut a check or issue a wire or anything. That has to go through the accounting process first. So the first budget that they have is for your fee.
Okay.
They know that they have to give up 50% deposit to take the day off the calendar and secure that speaker. A real meeting planner knows that. They've done this before. Okay. Now, if they haven't done it, which you're going to see, because it's such an insatiable appetite for training right now, Lisa, you're going to run into clients who've never engaged a speaker before, believe it or not. So you got to teach them what your protocols are. Number 1, there's always a budget for your fee. Number 2, there is a budget for travel and incidental expenses like meal per diem, ground transportation, hotel and airfare, flight, ground transport, all of that kind of stuff. And then there's a budget for nonstop learning and continuous education. If you have a book, if you have something that you can license them, there is a separate budget to also purchase product or your merch. You got it?
Okay.
Now, let's get to you handling the travel on your own.
Okay.
So it's two ways that they can do it. They can send you a 50% non-refundable deposit. Let's say they're booking you for our keynote. So they're going to send you $2,500 up front for your fee.
Mhm.
Now, if you want to control your travel and you are a travel writer, so all you do is travel,
Right.
you want to remain in control of your travel the way you got it right now. Let me tell you something. And the reason why I recommend to all speakers is that you have to have minimums that you're going to accept. You know, Lisa, you're a travel writer, so you stayed in some of the most beautiful facilities and resorts and stuff all over the world. This ain't nothing new to you, but you got to maintain that level of, you know, comfort when you are a speaker as well. So make sure that you let them know that I will be handling the travel myself. So you can go through your travel agent if you have one, or you can go through one of the websites and you can guesstimate how much it's going to cost you. And in your case, I'm telling you this because you may not be from your home base city when you do that tour date.
Right.
You may be flying out of where you're stationed to do a keynote on the weekend.
Right.
And fly back to where you are, not home. So you've got to control the travel. What I would do is I would put about 10%, maybe 15% above what you think it's going to be. If your travel is going to be 1,000, you may throw another 10 or 15% on top of that, because I'm not telling you to be a prima donna speaker or not. I will fly coach because I'm only 5'8.5". I request the window seat always, and I like the exit row because it gives a little bit more room. I don't want to be disturbed when I'm flying. Now, do I like to fly first class? That's my first option. But sometimes I'm not tripping if I have to pay for my own travel and I got to spend another $800, $900. Sometimes you got to spend another $1,200 to fly first class. Do you want that to come out of your fee?
No.
Okay, so we don't want to be greedy. So do a reasonable travel budget where you don't have to eat the cost. Have them pay for everything. And
Okay.
don't be afraid to ask for the proper amount of money that you feel is going to put you in the comfort. I don't like taking connector flights unless I absolutely have to.
Right. Okay.
So a direct flight, you know, is going to be more. They're paying for everything for me. That's just the way it is. Oh, I'm not coming. How about that? How about that? I stayed in some rap traps and Super 8 hotels, Super 8 motels and all this kind of stuff where the doorknob doesn't work and they don't have the right kind of room service. And I've taken connector after connector, spent the whole day flying when I could have just took a direct flight. I did enough of that early in my career. I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay. So going back to what you were saying then of them having the 3 budgets.
Yes.
In the agreement, I'm telling them that all in-person keynote, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking at it right now. All in-person keynote speaking and program performances fees are in addition to business travel and hotel. So even though it doesn't say right on here what that is, that's because that's going to be in another part. Well, I'm going to scroll down in another part. So they're going to get that number from me separately from the 50% deposit, right?
Correct. And you can let them know up front, say, hey, I always like to be in control of my own travel. So you need to do some research and say, okay, let's say if I got to go from San Fran to DC, what is that going to look like in terms of me getting a direct flight? Do I want to travel first class? You know, I don't know what else you got going on, but a lot of times, you know, it depends on where you are located and where you're flying to, of how much stress is going to be on your body. I do what's best for me. That's going to get me there the fastest, the safest, and in the best level of comfort that I'm used to.
Okay. And so for companies then that have their own travel, you know, account that they use.
Yep.
So either way, I could be saying, this is what you need to send me ahead, you know, with the 10 to 15 on top, or these are the flights and the hotel and all of that, and then tell them so they can go ahead and book it and pay for it?
Correct. As long as, listen, I have no problem with the meeting planner, taking care of my travel arrangements, as long as you are not going to have somebody pick me up in a 4-cylinder car from the airport that's going to have trash and stuff. See, I've been through all this stuff. You're picking me up this is why luxury town car, SUV, or limousine is picking me up to and from the home or tour city destination airport. If you don't ask, Lisa, you do not get. So if they're capable of accommodating your needs and they're not going to put you on 3 connecting flights, then by all means get them to book it. It's just one less headache. I like to be in control of my own travel because I don't know where I may want to go. I may want to fly back home and visit my mom and go eat some dinner with her or something and then fly right back. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I knew where I was asking for that or that specifics. Okay. And then the next thing was still in the contract. Okay, so down at the bottom, after it has the bank routing number and all of that stuff,
Yes.
you had, I look forward to being of service to your organization. Your attention in executing these matters is greatly appreciated. In order to customize my presentation, I need as much information about your organization as possible so I can help you achieve your event goals.
Yep.
Is that have to do with the second needs assessment? And does it need to say something like that here in the contract, or that's a totally different conversation?
Well, the reason why that's in there is because that's going to open up the door to send over the pre-programmed questionnaire. When you do the needs assessment with the client, you're going to send them over the pre-programmed questionnaire, and that has every single question in it that you're going to need answered in order for you to service that agreement the right way.
Okay. Okay, hold on, I'm just writing that down.
No problem. It's called the pre-programmed questionnaire. That should be, it should be in, if it's not in the toolkit in module 6, I believe it's in there in the speaker toolkit.
Okay.
If it's not, checking the speaker toolkit in module number 2, the pre-programmed questionnaire. You definitely want to do a needs assessment with them and say, hey, listen, in order for me to perform at my best and give my best presentation, I need you to send over a pre-program. I need you to fill out the pre-programmed questionnaire, send it back to me whenever possible. I need that back, in a timely fashion so I can do the proper kind of research and prepare the right way for your group.
Okay, but that's being sent to them separately from this agreement, though.
Correct. That's a separate document. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So I just want to do that. Okay. Separate from contract. Okay. And then I either had 1 or 2 more on the same thing. Let me just scroll down here.
Take your time.
Okay. And then the next thing was, okay, now we're down to, okay, this, you might have answered this now that I'm looking at it. So this was down on the second part of the agreement, the performance engagement agreement part. And it says full price agreed upon in terms. It says the amount plus, whatever business class air, grants transportation, whatever we're going to put in there, the per diem.
Yeah.
Okay, purchasers shall make travel arrangements after. Okay, so that part, that's what we just talked about. So this part of the agreement that you sent, we can change that to fit the right wording as far as how we want to say the air and the ground transportation and all of that, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And the reason why that verbiage right there is interchangeable, Lisa, because what's going to change oftentimes is you have to negotiate these things, and the things that you negotiate verbally, you want to move those over to the agreement. This is a great example of what happens when you are in the midst of putting together a deal and closing one of these leads, because it's really important that whatever they discuss with you, I don't care, I'm talking to the smallest detail, needs to be in that speaker engagement agreement. And then once you have everything, once you have the price, your fee negotiated, once you settle on that, once you settle on, let's say, for instance, here's some other things that kind of modify the agreement on, it depends on what engagement that you get. Let's say we were talking to Charlene earlier about accepting the $1,500 USD. Well, she should have charged $5,000. In all fairness to her, she had already had a client that she was reaching out to. She just wanted some more insight on how she should manage that deal to put it together. And we helped her do that as well. But from a fresh deal perspective, if you're requesting $5,000 and they only have 1,500, now what you're going to do is put the 3 leads. You're going to build that into the agreement.
Okay. Okay.
See, I'm requesting you to give me 3 leads for taking less money. Those leads could easily, if I get 1 booking out of that, that just paid for my investment right there. That just compensated me for taking the lower fee. That's why you have the speaker negotiator menu. So you may say, hey, I need you to run video. I need pictures. And when they agree to that, put it in your agreement.
Okay.
Don't assume anything and don't take the meeting planner's word for anything. Put it all inside of your agreement so you know exactly if you're going to agree. That's why they call it, don't call it a contract. A contract says it's lopsided. An agreement is they agree and you agree as the speaker. Once you get a signature on that, and once you put a deposit up on it, now that agreement is legal and binding.
Okay.
Lisa, do you know I've had meeting planners sign an agreement with me before and didn't want to try to give me my deposit, but they already signed the agreement and they had to send me the deposit. Something happened where they didn't want me to go through with the engagement, but you already agreed to take that date. And then you try to act like you don't want to give me my deposit. That's why deposits are 50% non-refundable.
Okay.
If you allow them to play games with you, Lisa, they will. Get it all in writing.
Okay. Now, so I had 2 last questions. In this packet that you sent us, it was separated as if it were 2 separate documents. Are we sending it to them together, or we're sending it in one packet, with 2 forms, or we're sending them in 2 different forms? The booking information packet and then the one that you have titled performance engagement agreement. Is that 2 separate documents, or 2 documents in one thing?
Yeah. Now the booking information packet, if you want, you can copy and paste verbiage from there. The reason why you have the booking information packet is because you can modify the verbiage in there, and then you can send it over in an email if you like. You can send an attachment, or you could just drop whatever verbiage you need from the booking information packet. You could just drop it in an email, or you can say, hey, this is everything. I'm sending you this because this has everything in there to book me logistically, from top to bottom. I leave it in there because it answers every question that they're going to have.
Okay.
And once they go through and read it, the ones who are serious, they know they got to go through and read it. Then they're going to say, oh, that's what's required to engage Lisa to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, if they want to pay the fee all up front, I give them a 10% discount.
Right.
If they pay it all up front, no problem. That means I'd rather get all my money up front than get a 50% non-refundable deposit and then have to wait another maybe 3-4 months for the other portion of my money until I do the engagement.
Right.
So you offer them all these incentives. Remember, the booking information packet is so that they understand how to do business with you. They don't know, Lisa, unless you tell them.
Right.
This is how they respect your protocol.
Okay. Yeah, I just didn't know if they needed to be included in the same document as opposed to 2 separate ones that you send them. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then the last thing, speaking of the deposit, so, and you talked about this, I think it was last week or maybe the week before, about, if something happens, let's say there's inclement weather or fire, storm coming or whatever, and you have to cancel.
Yep.
So it says here, performer may cancel and terminate this agreement and the services to be rendered hereunder without liability upon 30 days prior written notice or email notice to purchaser. In the event of performer's illness or inclement weather rendering the presentation impossible, infeasible, or unsafe, it's understood and agreed that there shall be no claim for damages. And it's producer determination as to presentation shall prevail. So my question is, if something comes up, you have a, God forbid, a death in the family, or there's a weather event and you're going to have to cancel coming to the event.
Yep.
Do we offer to refund the deposit because it's not their fault that we are canceling?
No. The first thing is never give up the deposit first as an option, only if you absolutely have to. If you cannot do the date and you did not render the services, offer a makeup date.
Okay.
I've only had to do it twice out of 2,700 plus presentations. And we had to come up with a makeup date.
Okay.
Had to medevac my dad to the hospital. One time he almost died. I had to cancel. It was a Thursday when I found out. I think I had to cancel my Friday tour date. I had to fly home early. And I think it was another, maybe it was like, maybe I was sick and I could not perform that day. So those are the only, but we offer a makeup date. When it's Ward calls that, my attorney, he calls that an act of God clause.
Okay.
Because that verbiage is in there just in case you have some weather.
Right.
I don't play around with the weather.
Okay.
You know, weather doesn't care. If I want my plane on the ground, I'd rather the weather's not going to slap my plane around and then me not make it. I'd rather cancel to be safe.
Right.
And to get there in one piece. So all of these things have to be discussed. And this is how many details have to be discussed when you are booking a speaking engagement. As you can see, Lisa, it's a very involved process. And I have a saying, professional speaking is the hardest, easiest money that you're ever gonna make in your life. Because the hard part is going through the process of having the right kind of, see, I've done it thousands of times. It's second nature to me. You're going through it right now, learning how to communicate with the conference coordinator. So it's very important that you use the right kind of vernacular, the right kind of verbiage, all your word sequences and power phrases, and all of these things are in the right area, and you send it over at the right time. You communicate with them properly so you can do a good deal. And then it's less confusion. So when you show up on site, all you have to do is give your presentation. That's the fun. That's the reward, Lisa.
Right.
You're gonna earn that reward until before you get on that stage.
Right. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. And after I make those little changes, I'll send it back over to you to look. I just didn't know.
Exactly. Yeah. Listen, I know that we were going back and forth with a couple of support tickets. And I know the verbiage that I had to send over to you because I couldn't open up the PDF or something happened with the document. So when I just copy and paste it right there inside the body of the support ticket, and it looked a little sloppy when it came over.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, but there's just parts I didn't understand. I just wanted to make sure I understood.
So this is what I need you to do. Go back in, tighten up the engagement agreement or the booking information packet. When you get it all tight in the document, send it over to me either in a Google Doc or either a Microsoft Word doc. Let me review it. And if it's any irregularities, I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, Lisa, talk to you real soon.
Okay.
Have fun in San Fran. Walk them hills and get some of that seafood, girl.
Oh, I have been every day, 3 times a day.
I know. You're going to get a workout in San Fran, man.
Right?
Big hills there. Talk to you real soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Edward Mosley Jr. is up next. Edward, talk to us, champ. What's going on?
Yes, sir. How's everybody doing? How you doing, sir?
Hey, man, doing super fantastic. Nice to hear from you again, Edward. What's going on, boss?
I just like you said, got my nose down, head down. So I think you've already touched on the question, but I just want to make sure.
It's okay.
So I had a speaking event last year prior to KTR. And I asked for a fee. I received that fee.
Okay.
And so they let that fee was $2,500.
Gotcha.
Okay. They paid that fee.
Okay.
They reached, now that was November of 2020. They reached out to me probably about informally, through email, just saying, hey, would you be interested in speaking again this year?
Okay.
So my question is, prior to get anything in writing and going down that path, I want to prepare myself to ask for that 5K.
Yes, sir.
So how do I, it is my assumption that they're going to assume that I'm coming back for that same price again.
Okay.
So
first of all, in business, don't ever make assumptions, but go ahead.
Okay.
Go with the facts. You haven't talked to them yet, so you don't know that for sure, but go ahead.
Gotcha. So I think we're already there. I just want to prepare myself. I'm already looking at the speaker negotiation menu in the event that they say, hey, we're maxed out at this cost.
That's right. That's right.
I can go back to them.
That's right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I can go back to them and say, okay, if that is the case, then this is what you know, these are some other things that I'm looking for, you know, because what I did not get, and I realized this after working with you, was I could have asked for the referrals. I could have asked for the testimonials. I could have asked for all those things that would have equated me, that could equate to that amount. So I think you've already answered. I just want to make sure I'm going down the right path.
Okay. So now remember, in business, never make assumptions. You go by the facts. Here are the facts that you have repeat business from a client that you made happy. That's number one. Now, Edward, you already showed them your value last year. What you have done, you have been in the top 20% of most productive students since you've been on our platform. Bro, you've been kicking ass since you came on board. Your sales tools are outstanding. You were already great before you came on board, but your sales tools, your speaker video demo, your website, oh my God, it's amazing. So you know what you just did? You just increased your market value from last year. So to say we're not going to have the conversation for 5,000 is ludicrous and asinine. We're absolutely going to have the conversation with 5,000. Now, Edward, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, damn, they paid me $2,500 last year. Should I play it safe and go for the $2,500 again? Or how am I supposed to have the conversation with them to ask for the more money? Is that what you're thinking?
Not necessarily. I want the 5K.
Okay, you want the 5K, my man. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so you're going to ask for the 5K when it comes time to talk about the fees. Now, here's what you're going to let them know. Last year, I believe, now, first of all, tell me what kind of organization is this? What market is it in? Is it the youth market, faith-based market, government contracting, college or university, corporate or association? Which one?
This is government.
It's government. Okay, now.
Yeah.
Now, you know, government is notorious for paying you after services are rendered. They always want to try to keep you under $4,000 because that's just what they do.
Right.
Now, when I was doing government contracting on a regular basis, I think the highest that they paid me was the HUD conference, the directors conference in Detroit. They maxed me out at $6,000. Now I did like at least 30, 35 HUD graduation, leadership ceremony, academy, awards, presentations, whatever it is. They just love KTR. So this organization loves you. And probably the reason why they're thinking is, Edward crushed it, but he can also do it for $2,500. Now, so you're going to request the $5,000 this time when you go back in. You're going to let them know I agreed to the engagement last year because I believed in the organizational cause and I was able to lower my fee. I just want to let you know that my regular fee, and you're going to send them over your fee schedule.
Gotcha. Okay.
$5,000 for 1 hour or any portion of 1 hour, $7,500 for the half day program, which is 2 to 4 hours, and $10,000 USD for the full day program, which is 4 to 8 hours. Now, Edward, let them know. Let them know. This is the verbiage I want you to use. Miss Johnson, example, I just wanted to bring it to your attention that my normal fees are. I know that I did this for you last year for $2,500. And then, Edward, have you had the conversation with them to find out what they need? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So you don't know what you want to charge them right now. Now, last year, did you do a keynote, a half day or full day presentation?
It was a virtual 1 hour keynote.
Virtual 1 hour keynote in the pandemic. Now, do they want you on site this year or do they want you to do another virtual presentation?
I don't know the exact answer to that, but I believe it is still virtual.
Okay.
Like it was very informal. It was just a very informal email just to see if I was available for their November event this year again.
Got you. And open. Okay. So they have a date. They have a venue, whether or not it's virtual or on site, you're going to give more information. And you already know they have the budget because they paid you last year. Yeah, we want to go for the $5,000, Edward. The verbiage that you put in the email is very, very important. In order to stand on the $5,000, see, you're not going to lose. Either they're going to pay you $2,500 again, or they can make the request to ask to increase the fee. If they don't have the budget for the $5,000, you're going to get it recorded, whether or not it's the Zoom session, whether or not it's 3 testimonials from the meeting planner who can book you for another government agency. Even if the two government agencies book you out of 3 and they pay you $4,000 instead of paying you $2,500, you just picked up another $8,000 off of a referral.
Gotcha.
You got me? So you got to make this work for you if they are offering you less money.
Okay.
You've been doing an amazing job. It's time to get paid, brother. You are well worth it. You definitely look the part, and your signature programs and your sales tools substantiate the fee and justify the cost. I want everybody to go back and look at this group call, and I want you to listen to Edward when I asked him, did he have a challenge with the $2,500? He was like, no, I'm charging the $5,000. Listen to the way he said it. He's confident. He knows he can get the $5,000 for the hour. He knows he's capable of getting the $7,500 for the half-day program and the $10,000 for the full day. And the reason why he acts that way is because that man, he has command over his content, and he put his head down and he did the work. Now, the meeting planner, if you got a problem with finding my money, perhaps you should go get somebody else. Now, Edward, you're not wrong thinking like that. If you want to become a high fee speaker and book engagements with predictability and consistency, you got to know when to walk away. Now, we're not going to walk away from the $2,500, but if they don't have your $5,000, remember to go to the speaker negotiated menu and put that in your speaker engagement agreement. You got it?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, boss, you're very welcome. And thanks for the compliment that you gave me a little earlier. I'm going to go back to the chat box. Michelle Arnold is next, and Anita Yarborough is coming up as well. So yeah, Edward, thank you for the comment that you put in the chat box. I believe Edward said, this is the type of accountability, up in your face accountability that all of us need. Yeah, this is the in your face accountability that we need. And listen, I'm not going to change. And what you see is what you get. And all of you were told prior to taking this coaching program that you were going to be held accountable. I'm glad you appreciate it. Because yeah. See, Lisa's even saying that, Edward, your intro video is fire. Edward turned in one of the best speaker video demos I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen thousands of them. I'm talking about, that's what a high fee speaker looks like. Bro, he crushed the to-do list. He put his head down and finished his sales tools. That's why he's going to be a high fee speaker. Yep. Edward, do me a favor, drop in the chat the link to your speaker video demo. Some other students want to see it as well. Oh, it's amazing. All right. Let me go. Michelle and Anita, I'll be right with you. I got to catch up on some stuff that's in the chat box real quick. Just give me a second. I'll be right with you. Thank you so much for your patience. Okay. Let me see. Oh, Alex was just saying 24-hour turnaround is great for the conference coordinator to respond. What, when, where, compensation, how, why. I would recommend going through the speaker toolkit. Okay. Thank you so much, Alex. Alex is booking speaking engagements for Trevor left and right over there at the Trevor Romaine Company. He knows what he's talking about. The resources are there on the platform for you, ladies and gentlemen. Also, Alex has been a meeting planner before, so he knows what he's talking about. Date to offer you. Do you have a venue? Do you have a budget? I tell you, listen, my system works. See, this is to ensure that the meeting planner is not playing games. First of all, if you don't have a date, if you don't have a venue, whether or not that's virtual or on site, if you don't have a budget, you're not serious about booking me to speak. You need to go play games with somebody else. And you're not wrong. This is a mindset. High fee speaking is a mindset. We're teaching you how to put together the right word sequences and the right verbiage. There's a script to tell you everything you need to say to the meeting planner. You cannot freestyle this and make up your own words. You're going to lose. The meeting planner, you don't think they're savvy at negotiating when they got to deal with multiple people on the line items that they have to pay. You're just another vendor that they have to deal with. You don't think they got a budget? You better smarten up and sharpen up your negotiating skills, or you will literally, you do 10 to 30 presentations and let people start offering you less. You do 30 presentations and you were supposed to get 5, but you only got 4, or you only got 3,000. That's about 30 plus grand worth of revenue that you just missed out on because you're not speaking up. You better get with the program.
just like all these other students. You see how many case studies or examples do you need to see every week for people who show up on the group call, who are doing the work and moving through the program and getting paid? I told you that's what we're dedicated to helping you do. Alex said, can they record the session? Can they provide a link in your bio to the attendees? Are you allowed to provide a handout? Yeah, you got to be asking all those questions. Alex is also saying, make sure that if you're doing a live presentation, make sure they have hand sanitizer, make sure everybody has masks. If it's food going to be served, make sure that all the utensils are wrapped in plastic. These are all things that we help people negotiate. Put these things in your agreement if you're still going to be doing presentations during the pandemic, if you feel comfortable. There's a lot of money out there and people are opening up venues and they don't give a damn about the pandemic no more. They're following the protocols, putting the mask on, being safe. Let's get paid. Business as usual. Look at Alice giving support. He appreciates you, Charlene, if you're still up. Edward Mosley, they have accountability in your face. Alice, let me see. Alex said he doesn't have a question, but he'll submit it via support ticket. Okay, cool, no problem. Also add testimonials too. You can then update it in your speaker toolkit as it's fresh and recent. Man, that is a great point. As your speaker business is growing, don't sit there and not upgrade your sales tools. You're going to have a lot of great testimonials from these meeting planners under the Affleck sign at the conference, under the Allstate sign at the insurance conference. You got to get this high profile stuff and put it in your speaker info kit and always be willing to update your sales tools. Man, that's right. Get the 50% deposit first. That's the first thing that I do. The first question I ask when the meeting planner says to me, KTR, you're our guy. We want to book you for the International Association of Venue Managers Conference. You are one of 55 speakers that we're using. We want you to do the executive lunch keynote, and we want you to do a breakout session directly after that. When they say, okay, they got a date, they got the venue, they got the budget. I said, the first thing I ask them before we even get any paperwork going or anything, what is the process to issue a purchase order? How long does that take to generate my deposit check? Or are you doing a bank wire? Can you put it on the credit card and pay all up front? There's a 10%, and there's a 5% discount that I offer you if you pay it all up front. Oh, really? Oh yeah, Kevin, well, let me find out. Yeah, I do have a company credit card I can put it on. Okay, well, if you want to pay for it tomorrow, you can. I get them over the engagement agreement. I send them over an invoice, and then they pay all up front. I love it when they send me 30, 40, 50 grand up front. It's a beautiful feeling. High fee speaking is what I'm talking about. Now, Lisa Ballman, Alwyn, Alex, are you saying to add the testimonials to the booking information packet? No, he's not saying that. You don't need the testimonials inside the booking information packet. You need the testimonials, updated testimonials inside of your speaker info kit as your client base grows. All of you are going to replace the old clients with better clients, old logos with better logos. Use the highest profile stuff that you have in your marketing collateral because it speaks volumes. Okay, let me see. Anybody else had anything in there? Okay, hello everyone. Here's my speaker reel. Edward just put his speaker reel in the chat box if you want to take a look at it. Okay. Rafa, look, Rafa's jumping in there. That's right. Rafa, if you, if you want to duplicate a speaker video demo done right, look at Edward Mosley Jr.'s. Okay, Rico, great nuggets, coach, speaker focused community. Thank you, Rico. Appreciate it, brother. And Alex just dropped Trevor Romaine's speaker video demo in there as well. That's fire, textbook. They knocked it out the park. Every week, somebody's turning in a brand new speaker video demo that's taking it to a whole nother level. It's all about creativity. Don't be afraid to be yourself. 7:15. Okay, we're going to get to Michelle Arnold. Wait a minute. I think that's it in the chat box. Rafa, you're very welcome. This is what we're here for on the group call. Okay, Michelle Arnold, you are up next. Michelle, great to have you back. Talk to me.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hey, Michelle, I hear you. Yes, I do.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I don't really have a question. I just wanted to say I appreciated that whole accountability push that you gave a little while ago, because I won't lie. And the sad thing about it is that's something that I've just recently added to my business as being a life coach, but I also do accountability coaching. I'm so busy helping other people get their goals that I've kind of put mine to the back burner. So
Sure.
that helped out a lot. And I promise to have my video to you in the next couple of days.
You're very welcome, Michelle. Listen, you're well worth the wait. You are a consummate professional. You came into this program with superior oratorical skills, elocution, presentation, articulation. You were part of a mastermind. You took the risk on us to learn this business. And I told you that. I knew that you were no stranger to new learning and education, but I told you, you can always pick up where you left off. This is why this is a self-paced course and it's a marathon. So I'll be looking forward to receiving your video. And let's get on the other side of that and move on to the next thing on your to-do list. And remember, we're always here to support you on the Monday group call and through support@speakerfocus.com.
Great. Oh, I do have one other question that I think about it. So I heard you talking about or someone mentioned about the website earlier.
Yes.
Now I have my own website, but would you suggest that I use the template that you all have? And the reason why I ask is because I have a lot of stuff on my website, like, I have links for my YouTube videos, my podcast, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I don't know if that would be too much if a coordinator was looking at my stuff and they may say, wow, she's got a lot of stuff going on. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does make sense. Alex, I do see your hand up. Wayne, you're right. Alex, you're right after this. Wayne, you're right after that. No, I apologize. Anita had her hand up first, but Alex, I do apologize. I did not see your hand up, but I do acknowledge that I see it up, and Wayne, you're next. So thank you so much for your patience. So Michelle, so you can utilize your web template if you're working with a webmaster right now. If you have an existing template, what we would want you to do, if you're going to utilize your own website and keep that up existing, then just go over the checklist that we have to make sure you have the right content on it. Like, let's say you have a site for your coaching, like many of our students do. Then you're going to have a separate tab that says speaking on your website. They can just click on speaking. And then when you go there, you're going to add the 4 signature programs, which I believe we already approved your signature program. Yes. You're going to put the some place on there for the bio, obviously, or you can have an about tab.
Okay.
For Michelle. And then right under the signature programs, you want to have the speaker video demo, which you're going to work on submitting the first example, just so I can make sure you have command over your content, which I'm confident that you will, because you teach other people how to speak. So you're going to be great at that. Looking forward to it. Then you're going to have under the speaker video demo, click here to download Michelle's speaker info kit.
Okay.
Now we give you the checklist. You have to organize the content to either give it to your webmaster or you can follow our template, which is in module 5. If you run into any obstacles, then Austin and the support team will walk you through it. You literally can get your website up in a few hours. It's a plug and play. What you're going to see, you're going to see all my information in there. All you got to do is take it out, put yours in, and then get your Webflow account set up. The hosting is like $15 a month, and then your website is launched and you're good to go.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you so very much.
No problem, Michelle. Glad to have you back. And listen, stay focused. Stay focused. It happens to the best of us. We're always here for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Talk to you real soon.
All righty.
Bye-bye. We all are in it together. And I'm not just talking about the pandemic. We're all in this journey together. Anita, talk to me. You're live with KTR in Austin.
Hi, KTR, how you doing?
Hey, Anita, I'm doing great.
Looking fresh.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm feeling good today.
Good, good. Well, I think I have 2 questions.
Yes.
And this is in reference to if someone is for a low fee, you ask for other things. Now, when you ask for these other things, let's say, do you get the referrals up front, or you wait until after you speak? You let them know to have that ready for you after you did your speaking engagement, or how's that process done?
Okay, we want to get all of that up front. Let me be real clear about this. The reason for the speaker negotiating menu is that there's so many speakers that they let the meeting planner slap them around because they don't know how to negotiate properly. When I say you don't, it's a phrase that I use. When you don't ask, you don't get. Now, the meeting planner has a job to do as well.
Right.
So you're going to let them out negotiate you. So you should have all these talking points. You should have all these things negotiated up front. Verbal commitment is the first thing. But that doesn't make an agreement binding and legal. What makes an agreement binding and legal is a signature and then the deposit. So before you get your deposit, before you send them over the agreement to sign, if you're going to take less, okay, tell them to pick something off of the speaker negotiating menu. Let's say your fee was for $4,000 instead of $5,000. Okay, well, the way that you say that to the meeting planner is I'd like to be able to get a return on my investment. I believe in the cause. If I agree to do the engagement for $4,000, here's what I need so I can get a return on my investment of the $1,000 that I'm losing.
Okay.
You see the specific verbiage that I'm using?
Yes.
See, you're letting them know you're paying me less, but I'm going to get a return on my investment. I'm willing to invest that $1,000 back into your organization because I believe in what you're doing. And that's a genuine statement. Now, that sounds good, but let's get down to the nitty gritty of what's in it for me. I know I'm going to be delivering the services. Now I gave you the services for less. Now it's about what you're going to do for me because I have done for you. You clearly know what you're going to get, which is a discount in value. You clearly know I'm the speaker for you, but now we got to get down to the brass tacks, Anita. Now you got to say, okay, am I getting pictures? Content is king and footage is gold. What matters to me the most is getting the content to prove that I was there because that's going to make me more money.
Okay.
So am I going to get the 3 referrals? I'm not asking for that afterwards. No, you're going to put, this is how you ask for it. Hey, Ms. Johnson, would you know anyone else in your industry that could potentially benefit from my speaking services? Would you have 3 referrals that you would provide for me? When they say yes, don't take their word for it. I need the names, addresses, email address, and telephone number so I can follow up. I need that put right into the speaker engagement agreement. You agree to give me 3 leads. I got that before I even get on the plane, Anita. I also, if I'm taking less, I am getting pictures. I'm getting video. I have a specific time of when I want my video back. When I did Heinz Field Pittsburgh Steelers for the NFL, I gave them a timeline of when I wanted their audio visual. Watch this. I was covered in 2 ways. I flew my videographer there. I paid for him to come, but his flight got canceled and he couldn't get there. You know what my backup plan was? The people that run the audio visual department that film the practices and the games and stuff at Heinz Field, I had them come down there. Now I don't know how much that costs to get all of that done, but I tell you what, they had 2 cameras set up in there and I got the pictures.
Okay.
I earned that engagement and I got referrals because I did Heinz Field for less than what my market value was at the time.
Okay.
But that's how you get your money. Do you know the #1 converting picture from the ad that me and Austin run for our Facebook ads is the picture of me standing on the Pittsburgh Steelers logo?
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's made hundreds of thousands of dollars. So me taking, you see, when you take less, you got to have a plan.
Mm.
And you get it all in writing.
Okay.
Any other questions, Anita?
Nope, that'll be it. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're very
We
welcome.
appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
You do the same. Hey, listen, keep those support tickets coming in and keep your head down. You are very close to getting through your sales tools. You got to make some more progress. All right.
Okay.
All right. We're here for you. Just let us know what you need. Okay. Alex Bryant.
Hello.
Hey, Alex. Alex, didn't I just talk to you today?
Oh my
Hey,
God.
bro, what's going on?
Talking about accountability, everybody. So my thing, I was just going to add more to the conversation in regards to, you know, if you have to, depending on the budget is lower than what your fee is.
Yeah, please do.
I've gone through that with on the event coordinator side and also booking with Trevor. We had at least one speaking engagement where we had to go with a lower cost. But the value is still the same. So
right.
My biggest thing is to anyone on the call, from my experience with Trevor, for example, has been like, definitely upsell everything. Make sure the video is recorded. That's the biggest thing that we ask if they can't do the fee. Like what KTR said, taking screenshots and not screenshots. If you're doing an in-person event, making sure you have a photographer there, making sure that the photos are nice, clean and crisp, that the person you're picking is doing that, because you don't want any old person just snapping photos and you're blurred and you're moving and your hands not in the right spot. It's just a waste of time for everybody. And then the other thing I was going to bring up too is the whole thing with the testimonials. The testimonials is basically to update your stuff. So you have the most recent, like this event happened this year or last year or whatever. And it just helps the credibility of you as a speaker. We just did that recently, and we made that part of the agreement. So after the deposit was done, making sure we got the video recording. Once we got the video recording, we got the testimonial while it was still fresh, because you don't want to be asking this person a month out and they were like, oh, what did he talk about again? You know, what was his signature program? And then there's all this other back and forth. So yeah, just word of experience right there.
Get it while it's fresh in their mind. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like within like 24 hours. And then the other part to that too is on the event coordinator side, responding back within 24 hours really helps the event coordinator, because your speaking engagement as a keynote could be one component to other moving parts, like booking the flights and, you know, booking the venue, making sure you have your chairs and your audio set up, because that person will have to talk to other people to set that up. I had to do that when I had to put a whole summit together with 2 keynotes and then 20 other presentations together. So making sure you're responding in quickly is like, okay, great, the keynote's done, great. And then you move on to the next thing. So that's the only thing I was going to add just to that conversation.
Absolutely.
From everyone else's feedback.
You know, thanks so much, Alex. And I love it when Alex provides his perspective, because, you know, he has such a broad perspective. Not only does he work with Trevor, you know, building out the infrastructure to the sales tools and getting all the behind the scenes work done and engaging Trevor at the Trevor Romain Company, but Alex has also been a meeting planner, and he's also worked on these boards, or he's been a committee member. And, you know, meeting planners have to hire multiple speakers for multiple reasons. Let's go back to what it is that he said, because I want to make sure that you caught that, is that the reason why you want to follow up with a meeting planner, if they leave you a message or they send you an email, they shoot you a text or something, is because there's a lot of moving parts. Alex, we just had a really great conversation early this morning. And, you know, we were talking about how nobody really cares about the conference coordinator. If you're doing your job as a speaker, you should really care about the conference coordinator and the meeting planner or these other chair, board, or committee members. You understand that they are bonkers. There's a lot of things going on, and it could be a logistical nightmare if you don't have the professional decency or extend them, I call it courtesy and respect, of letting them know you're available or you aren't available. Some of these meeting planners are delusional. Whoever the hottest speaker is on the circuit, they all think that they could get them at their conference. You better check yourself. When you get a speaker, when I was running a full tour schedule, averaging 100 tour days a year, 2007, I did 152 tour days internationally. You just can't expect that I'm going to be available whenever you got a date to offer me. We got to negotiate all of this stuff. It's times when they had to talk to my attorney who was acting as my business manager at times. It's time when I had a booking manager on my team that was doing all the engagements for me. You just can't roll up on a busy speaker and think that they're just gonna be available when you want them to be available. And this is the reason why the meeting planner has got to start sending out all these feelers. Believe me, sometimes you're gonna have your first choice, second choice, third choice for your keynote. Okay, watch this. Everybody wants Les Brown. Do you have $100,000? Everybody wants Tony Robbins. You got 250,000? You got $2 million? If he feels like doing a keynote on that level, you got to get reasonable. There's a lot of money on all levels for high fee speaking. Remember, what we're teaching you at the minimum is to charge $5,000 for 1 hour of your time. That's still a high fee speaker. My keynote is 50,000. Then there's levels to it. The bigger your brand is, the bigger your name is, the more money that you make. I know some speakers, they don't charge a fee, but they sell $300,000 to $500,000 worth of merch, books, training packages, coaching programs. They don't need to get a fee because they move product. Now, you need to understand that the longer you take to get back to the conference coordinator, these conference coordinators are looking through other speaker info kits. They have options. So the quicker you get them on the phone, find out what they need. The first thing is, okay, KTR, we're interested in hiring you to speak. Okay, no problem. Sounds great. I appreciate your interest. First of all, what date are you talking about? And do you have a venue already locked down? Oh, KTR, we're talking about next year. Okay, next year is not as busy, but I do have some bookings flowing through the first 3 months of the year. So what date are you talking about? See, you got to get right to it. What we're talking about, Kevin, we're talking about having you come, March the 16th through the 22nd. I got my calendar right in front of me. Okay, I'm available on March the 16th through the 22nd. How many tour days are you looking to book me for? Kevin, we were thinking we need you for a multi-day program. Okay, multi-day, that's 2 days. Okay, first of all, we need to start having a conversation back and forth. Let's set up a needs assessment call. Or I can get as much about the engagement I need right now. Understand, Ms. Johnson, I don't hold tour days. I need a 50% deposit to take that day off the calendar or those multiple dates that you want to book me for. Do you know what my fees are? Oh, no, Kevin, but we know that you're expensive. We went to your website. Yeah, I am expensive. Let's see. And I give them my keynote range. Simple question. Ms. Johnson, is that in your budget? See, if it's not, we're gonna start negotiating right off the break. Remember this, everyone. Communication equals negotiations. As long as we're communicating, we're negotiating. They're gonna tell me, oh, you know what? Yeah, your keynote range of, 50K is not a challenge. Maybe it is, Kevin, but we can partner with other organizations to come up with the additional money. There's all kinds of ways to do it. See, I'm not going to walk away from 35 if they don't have 50, but you got to be smart. But I'm going to get my value. If I take less, I'm going to get my value. And there's a way you go about doing it where you save face and you still look professional. There's not one speaker out here cutting deals. I've been with Les Brown before, and I heard Les give the people a deal. Now, this was many, many years ago when Les was only charging 30. Watch this. I heard Les run a power move on somebody. We were at the Les Brown Charlie Taylor Memorial Golf Tournament. It was a celebrity golf tournament. And we were in the exhibit hall. When all the golfers came back in, I was over there with Les. Les was in there with a couple other people, and Les had his earpiece in, and he was talking to somebody, and they were talking about the fees. Les was like, "Well, listen, you don't have the $30,000 to pay me for my keynote. Then you can donate $15,000 to my nonprofit." You see what he did? I'm still getting $15,000, but he had a nonprofit set up where you can donate money to the nonprofit. Now it's a tax write-off for the company. Those of you out there with nonprofits, you need to be thinking about that. There's all kinds of ways to negotiate fees. Oh, I got a million stories because I've been on tour all over the world, and all these stories are beneficial. And the better you know how to negotiate, the better you're gonna be able to run your speaker business. We got Wayne coming up with one more question. We may be winding down on this Monday's group call. Wayne, talk to me. You're live.
Hello, Coach. How are you?
Man, I'm doing super fantastic. How's Carol doing, bro?
She's doing great, man.
Okay.
She's still here.
Hey, Carol slapped you around a little bit. That's why you got your speaker video demo done, right?
That's what I need, man.
Wayne,
that's why I got her.
Wayne, you had me so excited, bro, when I saw that you sent it over. But I replied to your support ticket, I believe, this morning. We need permission to look at your speaker video demo.
Right. I got to the photographer, and he told me he sent them to you.
Okay, no problem.
And he gave you the permission.
I haven't checked because I had a full schedule today. After the group call, if we get permission, I'll go in, check it out. I can't wait to see it, Wayne. I'm just glad you're progressing, bro.
Oh, come on. I'm in here, bro. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're going to get it done right.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay, well, did you have a question or did you just want to acknowledge?
No, I just wanted to know if you had gotten those.
No, I'll check it right after the group call. And as soon as I get permission, I'll give you my feedback. Okay.
Excellent. All right. Thank you.
Okay, boss. No problem, Wayne. Love you much,
All right,
man.
good seeing you. Good seeing you.
Yes, sir, boss. You too.
Yes, sir.
All right, now. Okay. Oh, Rico. All right. Rico had a question. Okay. Rico, talk to me, brother.
Coach, hey, I don't really have a question. I just wanted you to hear my voice. I know you've been seeing my text and my typing, but I'm alive, eyes alive and well, and I'm really pumped on the speaker focus. Got my session. It's going to be booked for the video guy to do, for the video you're talking about.
Yes.
You already approved the video, approved the pics.
Yes.
Secret quote, but I did, that was in 2017, but I have been thinking about doing another one.
Okay.
Coming up pretty soon, but I just wanted to give you tabs on the progress.
Yeah, I gave you some feedback on your speaker video demo that you sent in, right?
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. Oh, that's done. I'm just saying, like, for the final.
Yeah.
Yeah, the final video. So
absolutely.
Yeah. So appreciate the kick in the gut. I'll be watching you when I can. Sharp as attack as ever on the social media. Laying down the law. Yeah. And man, I'm grateful that you're my coach and you keep it 100. So I don't have any questions, but I just want to let you know that.
You're very welcome, brother. Hey, listen, Rico, you can always expect that from me, man. The kind of ridiculousness that I hear on these strategy calls, for some people are very delusional. Listen, I can't help it that me and Austin have the approach that we do to giving you the knowledge about the speaking industry. And we put together something that's never been built before in the industry. There's a lot of fluffy programs out there. Many of you have been part of them. And, we don't knock any other programs. A lot of our colleagues are still teaching people things. They just don't go into depth as much as we do. And I have to share my perspective. I came up in this business hard. There's no other way to say it. I'm not going to give it to you easy and I'm not going to make it sound like it's easy. It becomes easier when you have access to the right information. I'm just doing my part. I'm doing my part of being in the coaching industry, of giving you the how-tos and not just telling you what you should be doing. And listen, none of us are shit unless somebody's holding us accountable. Me and Austin, we got to answer to each other every single day. We're business partners. We hold each other accountable. We're always making upgrades. I'm not holding the gun to his head, telling him he got to make upgrade. He knows what needs to be done to create the best learning experience for our students. We are committed and dedicated to doing that. I'm not going to change. For the better, yes, I'm interested, but I'm not going to switch it up and start going soft on people when people need to be held accountable. It's a bunch of nonsense going on. I talk to you this way so you don't have to participate in what 80% of these YouTubers are doing out here. Everybody trying to out-motivate each other. A lot of people talking, very few people know how to speak. It would serve you well to pay attention to the way you see me talk about and market our brand, because you should be doing the same. You should be doing the same. People are tired of getting jerked around. They're tired of getting lied to. When they show up on a call with me, I'm telling you the facts. I don't give a damn whether or not you feel like listening to it or not. Somebody got to smarten you up and tell you how this business really, really works, so you don't look like a clown. I've looked like a clown before, and I'm not embarrassed or ashamed to tell you that. But there's a better way to do it, and you don't want to look like a clown in front of the person who matters most. I told you your friends can't help you, but these meeting planners can. They can put some money in your bank account if you manage your speaker business the right way. I think we got one more point that I share, that Alex wanted to share, and this is really, really cool point. He said he had 2 extra points he wanted to add. He said, make sure that you give your event coordinator a thank you gift. And if you can't make the event, provide them referrals to other speakers who could cover. Event coordinators will appreciate that. I also love handwritten notes to give to the event planner. I also love doing a follow-up call after the event coordinator has had time to de-stress and they got time to relax, because they're worn out after it, especially the bigger the event, the more life's blood that it sucks out of you. And I'm always letting the event coordinator know that I'm willing to help them out, because for me, it's a continuation to build relationships. And that is all you have in this industry. The event planner needs to be able to know that you are part of their family. You did whatever you could do to help them have the best event possible. Remember, your job is to make them look like a rock star in front of their members at the conference. You're supposed to make them look good. And the more you humble yourself, and the more you stay serious about putting together a powerful presentation, and the more you are all about service excellence and making sure that you create the best experience possible. This is education on top of being entertaining and engaging. When you do that, you will earn the lion's share of the money in the professional speaking market. So I suggest you get very excited. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an absolute thrill to talk to you on a group call. Keep sending in support tickets. I see people growing and your confidence is getting bigger and bigger, and me and Austin feel it and we acknowledge it. On behalf of Mr. Troyer and KTR and the staff at speakerfocus.com, we truly appreciate each and every one of you, and it has been absolutely thrilling to bring you another group Q&A call on the speakerfocus.com platform. I love you. Stay focused on your goals and dreams, and we'll catch you right here, same time, same place next week. Peace.